afraid. Amen. All right. Thank you very much, Ambassador Ronke, for this opportunity. My name is Paul Dominion Ladi, and I'm super excited to be here this morning to share with you my journey so far. I call this a process story because, I mean, in the next 12 months, you're going to be hearing Dominion, but of course, for a whole different level of success. Okay, so this is just a process story. Okay, now this is where I'm coming from. My background is a very, very, very humble one. Very, very humble background. I come from a family of, my parents got separated when I was 5 years old, and at that then my mother was a full-time housewife. The only thing she did prior to the separation was to just be a good wife and good mother to the kids. So my father was the breadwinner of the family. But after the separation, table turns. She had the responsibility of taking care of me and my younger sister, and she was not prepared for it. The only money she had left on her after renting one apartment where we're staying was 3,500. So she has 3,500, 2 kids to take care of, with no skill, no educational background, nothing. Now the next thing she could do was to start a business, and this was the business she went into. She started selling vegetables in the market, right? She started selling ugu leaf in the market. Now, for those of you that know how much they used to sell ugu leaf, I think it's now that it's even 100 naira. It used to be 30 naira, 250 naira. Then at some point it became 50 naira. You can imagine how many ugu leaf would need to sell in the house for us to feed, for us to pay house rent, for us to pay school fees, for us to buy clothes, right? We were barely surviving. Living was hard. Every single night, my mother wakes up in the night, she's crying to God. She's just praying because the whole responsibility was overwhelming, and there was nothing I could do to help. It was really, really crazy. It was painful, but that was just what it was, right? I left secondary school as one of the brightest from my set. I'm not the top 1%. I'm top 1% of the top 1% in my set. I took my education so seriously because I wanted to, make good grades so that I can continue my education and possibly help my mother take them out of poverty. Now, this is where we lived for 14 years. This is where myself, my mother, my younger sister lived for 14 years. When we lived in this house, of course, there was nothing to like about this house. We hated the apartment. We hated our neighbors. We hated everything about this apartment, but we still stayed there. There was no way to even consider living. There's no money to feed, not even talk of, renting another house. From the picture you are seeing on your screen, it does not look bad, but let me show you something. Let me take it closer a bit. Now watch this. This is where we lived for 14 years. We were the oldest tenants in this particular compound, the oldest tenants. Every 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, these new people come in, they live 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, another neighbor they've moved out, either to their own house or to a better place. We could not move. We were just there. Now, one day something happened. My mother had issues with our next door neighbor, and so they were just quarreling, and the whole thing was just going on. And the lady told my mother, she said, "Ooh, winch, go pack come up for a year. How many years you don't stay here?" When she told my mother that, of course, there were other people there, my mother was dumbfounded. She could not do anything. She entered inside the house. She fell on the floor. She busted out in tears. I was there. It was painful. It was embarrassing. The reason she was crying was because she already knew she had to leave. She hated the house already. She didn't even need anybody to remind her. But poverty kept us here. Now, when I left secondary school, my goal was to go on, take JAMB, go and become a medical doctor, become a neurosurgeon, make money, help my family. After the whole ceremony and all of that of graduating from senior secondary school, I went to the market and I was telling my mother how I wanted to take JAMB this year, then go to school next year and all of that. And she was looking at me. She didn't say anything. She said, "No problem now. If I come house, we go talk." She came back home that day. She kept me inside. She drew me inside the house and she said, "Dominion, I don't get money." She said, "As they see me, so I don't get any money and I don't go kill myself. The way you write, I borrow money to pay for that one. I don't even get where to even go borrow now." As she was explaining all this to me, I knew that she was pained. There is no greater joy than seeing her first child, the star of the house, the bright Dominion, go to school. But poverty was keeping her bound. There was nothing we could do. And I started asking myself, can anything good come out of this one? How do you even want to dream when ordinary JAMB form is a problem? How do you want to continue? How do you want to even start? Right? But I was not going to give up hope. I said, no. I'll look for a way to get a job, save up money. Next year I'll go to school. And I started looking for a job at the age of 16. Of course, it was difficult getting a job. But finally, I got a job where I was working as a house help and a sales girl on a salary of 20,000 naira. When I got this job, I was so excited. This was everything for me at the time. This was just God coming through for me. It was my breakthrough that period. I was super excited. 2 weeks into my job, that was when I got the promotion of working as a house help. And to me then, it was a blessing. You know, they said to whom much is given, much is expected. I was so excited to even be given my responsibility, because to me it means that my madam would like me more. But that was not the case. Now, when I started working, the agreement was to be working as a sales girl. 2 weeks into the job, she called me and said, Dominion, and you know I like you. I said, yes, ma, I know. She said, okay, the person that is working for me as house help, they just called her back to the village, and I need somebody that can fill in for her. Can you come and, just be cleaning the house, all of this? I said, no problem, ma. And that was how I started working as the house help. 1 year later, they did not get any replacement. It was just me. My salary was 20,000 naira. Now, the problem is that transportation from where I stay to Wuse Market is 300 naira going, 300 naira coming back. So at the end of the month, I'm spending 18,000 on transportation, and my salary was 20,000. So how much was I saving? Somebody just go to the chat box, do the math quickly. How much was I saving? How much was I saving? I was saving barely 2,000 naira at the end of the month, but I did not stop. I continued that way. Now, when I'm working as the house help, I get back to the house, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. My mother will be so worried. So one day, my mother called her and said, Madam Pukio, I don't like the way this girl is coming back late. Is there a way she can be coming back early? And my madam said, Mama Domi, you don't know. I like this your daughter. Oh, in fact, the way I'm looking at Dominion, she's like a daughter to me, right? Is it not school that she wants to go to? My mother said, yes. She said, how much is this school fees? In fact, I don't even want her to go to Federal University. Dominion, go and check how much it will cost for you to go and study medicine in Covenant University. And look for one good university. I'm going to take care of it and all of that. She was making all these promises to my mother that was desperate. My mother said, I beg you, anything when she said me, you do just continue working. And that's how I continued working. Now, when time to take jam, was around the corner, I went to her and I explained to her, I'm like, Emma, so I wanted to, take a week or two so that I can read for jam. Then I'll come back after jam. She said, I explained again. She said, no, lie, it cannot happen. She said, no, Dominion, that is wickedness now. If you stop, who is going to be cleaning the house? Who is going to be washing the place? Who is going to be doing this one? You cannot stop now. Shebi jam is one day. You can go and write the jam and come back, later in the evening or Monday. I said, no, mommy, I've not read since I left secondary school. I've not been reading. I need to. We went back and forth. She said, it seems you have already made up your mind that you want to stop. No problem. She said, go and come back on Monday. We'll balance stock and I'll pay you your last salary so that you can go. The store that I worked in was a very big store. Every Saturday, Friday, Saturday, people come from the bank, they count everything that is inside the shop and make sure that the stock is balanced. Nobody leaves that shop on Saturday if the stock is not balanced. That particular Saturday was the last day of the month. The stock for the whole month is balanced. They've already paid salary to everybody. But because I was going to stop, she said, go and come back on Monday. We'll count again so that I can pay you your salary. I could not say anything. I went back home, came back on Monday morning. Now, before I got to the store, they've already arranged everything. Everybody was there. And I entered, good morning, ma. She said, good morning, are you here? I said, yes, mommy. She said, okay, Dominion, I've counted everything in my store. This one is missing. That one is missing. This one is missing. And you have to pay me the money now before you go. I said, yeah. She said, yes. But if you don't have the money to pay, no problem. You can continue working. I'll be taking the money from your salary. How much was the salary again? 20,000. How much was I saving? 2,000. I said, no, this is not even an option. Then she said, but if you don't want to pay me the money and you don't want to continue working, you want to prove stubborn. And she said, this is what I will do to you. She said, I will take you to the police station in Wuse Market. I will pay the DPO to lock you up and wait for your mother to come and beg me for you to continue working. No question asked. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the day I realized that poverty is a bastard. In case you are here, you don't know poverty is a bastard. I want to tell you firsthand that poverty is a bastard. When you don't have money, you don't have a voice. When you don't have money, you will be oppressed on top of your rights. When you don't have money, you cannot. There's no right or wrong when you don't have money. Everything is against you. That's just what happens. I stood there that day and my life was beginning to make sense to me. At the end of the day, I had to go to the house, picked up an ATM that we have never used before. The day I left secondary school, my mother opened a special account. The only thing we were doing was to save up money for school. 1 hour comes through my hand, we are saving it there. Church gives money, we are saving it there. This one happens, we are saving it there. Every single time that passes through our finger, we're saving it into that account so that I can go to school the following year. Because I don't want my mother to come and be begging in Wuse Market, I went back to the house, picked up the ATM card, came back to the market, withdrew 90% of the money that took me 12 months to save up, and gave it to this woman in cash. She collected it. Plus that month's salary, everything disappeared. As I was giving her this money, my whole life dream of go to school, be a medical doctor, be this one, be that one, everything disappeared. Nothing made sense to me. My life, in fact, I was just standing there, and the only thing I was just looking at is, so next year, I will not come and start this all over again. When my mates are already 1 year ahead of me, I became depressed on the instant. But ladies and gentlemen, another thing happened that day. I picked up a holy hunger that has been inside of me, and I said, no, Dominion, this can never happen in my family again. Enough is enough. If somebody is going to stop this cycle of lack, it has to be me. But prior to then, I've been shown this opportunity. The only reason I did not start, I told Ambassador Sandra, me, I'm still young, let me go to school and come back and just hold on. I picked up my phone that day. I said, sir, I'm ready to get started. I called him up, I got started. Now, that was the moment of realization for me. I realized quickly that if I don't start making decisions that will change my life, nothing was going to happen for me. I had to make a decision. I made the first decision of getting started. I was getting started, the odds were against me. Number one, I was barely 17 years old. Number two, when I got started, the only people I knew in this life were my friends who just left secondary school. The highest aspiration for most of them was to write German. They were totally dependent on everybody around them. There was nobody to even recommend. As a young person, you don't even have credibility of age, you don't have credibility of experience, you don't have credibility of nothing. You don't have any results to show, nothing. Right? Everything was not even looking, but I said, no, I had to get started. Right? Now, getting started did not automatically mean I got results. Everybody here is a partner, so I'm going to be very honest with you. Getting started does not automatically equate that you are going to be successful. Right? Because if that's the case, it means everybody here will be a Tacoma club already. Right? But see, there are some few things that will keep us back. It's not like you cannot imagine. Every single person can. I mean, Dominion can. Why not? You can also. But there were few things that were holding me back, and I'm going to be sharing them today with you. One of them was self-doubt. When I started the business, I believed in the business. The business was not the problem for me. I believed in my mentors. I love my mentors. I respect them. I adore them so much. But I had self-doubt. I was still asking myself, are you sure you can do this? I remember when I was leaving Madame Buki's shop, she told me, she said, nothing good can come out of you. You will go and you will come back to work for me. That was what she told me. So inside my head, there was this voice that was telling me, are you sure you can do it? Can anything good come out of you? That self-doubt was keeping me bounded for a very long time. I had small mind. I was playing small. There are some of you right now, you can go for 15 shops, but you only have 3 shops. Why? Because you are still playing small. You are not thinking big yet. People have 31 shops in the same business you are running, but you are okay with 3 accounts. You're okay with 7 accounts. You're okay with 15 accounts. That is small-mindedness, right? You want to invite for your big announcement for your home launch. You are doing small invite. Not going to be going all out 30, 50 invite. That's small-mindedness. I was giving and I was accepting excuses. And Dominion, why did you not make money? And you know this one. I did not have transport. And I was rejection yet. I invited them. I had excuse for everything that was going on around me. I was just giving and accepting excuses. But at a point, I had to make another decision. Our business is full of moment of decision. You have to decide to get started. Congratulations to everybody that is here because you've already decided to get started. But then you have to decide to emerge. You have to decide to start making money, and you have to decide the kind of amount you want to be making, and decide to go all out to get to the result that you are looking for. I was behind on my promises and my goals. This was the major thing for me. I remember when I started, I went home that day. I told my mother that, I paid to start the business. My mother almost died. My mother almost fainted. She said, what? She did not understand. Money that was not even her own, that was in that account. I took everything. I got started in this business without even asking her. She said, Dominion, you have killed me. I started promising her. I said, Mommy, don't worry. Don't worry. Mommy, 6 months. Mommy, 6 months. I will do this one. Mommy, you will not even pay my school fees. I was promising. It was already a year into the business. There was nothing to show for it. I was behind on my goals. I was behind on my promises. At some point, I had to sit down and I felt bad. I felt terrible. The reason I felt bad was because people are running the same business and they are getting results. I remember the retreat we came for the other time in Abuja, and architect Moses was talking about how he built a house for his father in the same business. I felt so terrible. I felt bad. I said, Dominion, why are you doing this? You have a business that can pay you so much. much? Why are you giving excuses? Why are you not going all out? I felt terrible, and I made a decision again to stop, giving excuses to my mother. I was tired of giving excuses to my leaders also. My mentors are people that looked out for me so much. God bless Ambassador Sam, Ambassador Vivian, Ambassador Nicole. These people were rooting for me back to back. These people were rooting for me back to back to back to back to back. But they were not seeing the results. And they were, in fact, there are some of you, your leaders like you, they call you back to back. But you are the one that is giving the most excuses. You have to decide today, okay? Enough of that. I was tired of accepting excuses from myself. I used to have, I will make it down, plainly, session 1, session 2, session 3, paragraph 1 of reasons why I am not at fault, why it's not my fault, it's the fault of the prospect, the fault of my downlines. I became tired of all of that. I was tired of being broke and unknown. You've been in the business for a year, 12 years, 12 months, going to 2 years. Nobody knows you. Your family, they don't see anything to celebrate about you in the business. Are you not tired of being broke and unknown? I was so tired of being broke and unknown. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to inspire people, right? I stopped deciding to play small. Ladies and gentlemen, by simply making that decision, in fact, where everything changed for me was last year. I stood up last year. In fact, December 2020, I was tired. I was just done and dusted with giving excuses. I told myself I'm coming into January as a different person. We came for the retreat. It was mind-blowing. It was amazing. And I went all out. It started January. In fact, in a space of less than 8 months, I went from somebody that had not even make up to 1 millionaire in the business to being celebrated as a millionaire cycle member. Within that space of 8 months also, I started making up to a millionaire in a month, and I've never come below that. At the age of 18, the same person that they asked, can anything good come out of this one, went from making 6 figures, and at 19, I was already being celebrated as a 2-comma club member. What does that mean? It means I don't make less than a millionaire, right? This was amazing. It was crazy. Now, the good thing about, choosing to emerge or deciding to emerge is that you begin to make more money. And when you make more money, you help the people around you better. You improve their lifestyle. When I started making up to $1 million in a month, in fact, I've been telling my mother to move out of where we are at. I'm like, Mommy, just look for a place. Even if it's going far, just look for the place. I'll send the money. My mother said, no problem. I even sent her money at the point to go and rent a house. She collected the money. She did not do anything about it. Then one day I called her and I'm like, last year, I'm like, Mommy, see, if you don't move out of that house, when I come to Abuja, I'll go and stay in a hotel. I'll not come back to that house. So she now told me, she said, Dominion, I told God a long time ago that the day I'm going to move out of this house, I'm going to be living here into my own house, not another rented apartment. I knew I had an assignment. She said she has to have her own house. She will not move out of that 1-room apartment into another rented apartment, no matter how big it was. Ladies and gentlemen, I said no problem. At the age of 19, I started building for my mother in the city of Abuja. Was able to move my mother out of this wretched apartment that you're looking at on the screen. Built a 2-bedroom apartment for my mother in the city of Abuja. Right? I remember when we started this project, it was like a joke. People were just looking at her. Mama Dominion, you want to start the build? Because they know she doesn't make money. She said, no problem, Dominion, they do the building. In less than 3 months, we're done with everything. Before you know what was happening, November last year, my mother was moving into her. Let me play this video for you so that you can get to see the video very well. My mother was moving into her 2-bedroom apartment. Ladies and gentlemen, this was everything for me last year. You need to see the joy on the face of my mother. My goodness. My mother called me several times. In fact, there was the day she called me. She said, Dominion, for 2 weeks I've not slept. I said, Mommy, what happened? She said, I'm waking up every night. I cannot believe it. She will go from one room to the other room to the next room to the other room. She's asking God, God, is this my house? Is this my house? Me, Mama Dominion, the woman that sells people in the market, is this my house? She did not believe it. Now, for those of you that are wondering, is it just 2-bedroom apartment? Don't worry, I'm just getting started. Like I said, this is a process story. When you check back in the next 12 months, you're going to be seeing a bigger apartment. So don't worry, we're just getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to qualify for different vacation with my teammates. In fact, this one is very, very heartfelt. Now, some of you that are here, you're about to launch a 90 days challenge, and you're already asking yourself if you can do it. I want to talk to you right now. When I started out, before the Seashells qualification challenge, we had a Dubai qualification. The Dubai qualification challenge was 300 code. Somebody go to the chat box and help and guess how many code I was able to generate. The qualification was 300 code, generate 300 code in 3 months, and qualify for Dubai. Somebody just guess how many code I was able to generate. How many code?
think network has thrown her out a bit, but she's going to be back shortly. I think she's having a little network issues, but she'll be back shortly. This is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I hope we're inspired. Okay, like I said, let's just hold on for her. The network has thrown her out. Let me see if she's back so I can make her a co-host. Wow. Okay, she's back. Let me make her a co-host so she can continue.
All right, sorry about I'm back. My laptop went off completely, but it's coming up. Now, somebody said 500 code. Let me see. Somebody said 500 code, 300 and above. How many codes did you think I generated? 400, 480, like that. Beautiful. I mean, why not? It's not the video. Why not? Guys, I did not even generate up to 90 code. It was crazy. I did not generate up to 90 code. I failed woefully. I failed in a grand style. I failed woefully. Right now, the next Nigeria is always having to Dubai, so we could not go for the Dubai trip, and they had to change the destination, and they moved it up to Seychelles. Now, Seychelles qualification was now 400 code, not 300 or 400. This is the same person that went all out. You need to see how crazy I was that period. I went all out, did not even do up to 100 code. Now the qualification went from, the launched it, and when the Zoom meeting, me and everybody around, myself and my friends are like, I beg, how now? How is this even possible? Right? But again, I said, no. If there is a qualification and somebody can qualify, it has to be. I don't even care. I'm going all out again. I cancelled the failure from the past. I'm like, I don't even want to know whether I generated 1 code or 2 code. I'm going all out. I went all out for Seychelles. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you've been failing another challenge or not does not matter. When there's a new challenge, it's a plain sheet, it's another level plan, it's another beginning for new results. Just go all out. And when I went all out to the Seychelles qualification, guess what? I did not just qualify for the trip. I was able to qualify with 3 members of my team. 3 teammates and myself qualified. We were 4 that traveled from my team. It was crazy. You can imagine these people on that vacation, right? Till tomorrow, they are leaders in my business. I don't even need to motivate any of them. They've gone and they've seen and today they are running their business. All of us that traveled, none of us have ever left this country before. In fact, what happened was that when I was traveling, my mother called me when we got to Ethiopia. The first thing she said, "Hey, Domi, you don't leave Nigeria," but yes, she started crying on the phone. She was so excited. She was overwhelmed. She said, nobody in our family has ever traveled before. She was so excited. She was proud of me. She said, Dominion, you are breaking the yoke of shame. You are breaking the enigma of shame, Dominion. She was super excited. It was just traveling, It was Ethiopia first, but my mother was proud of me. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to connect my laptop so I can show you some of the slides. Right, why the laptop is coming up? I mean, that was just everything for me. She was telling every single person that kept listening that her daughter has traveled out, It was really exciting. Then this year, at the age of 20, I just turned 21 a few days ago, right? At the age of 20, I was able to buy for myself my dream car. Now, I want to show you people the car. But let me tell you something about that car first of all before I even go forward. The person I worked for, Madam Buki, was driving this same car, right? This was the first time in my life that I was seeing a woman driving a Mercedes-Benz that was as fine as this. I think that was one of the reasons why I just loved her completely and I was ready to just serve, even when I knew that the conditions were not, there were so many red flags, okay? I loved the car so much. It's Mercedes-Benz CLA 250. I love the car so much. In fact, there are Mercedes-Benz and there are Mercedes-Benz. This particular one, I believe that when Mercedes-Benz people were producing it, they built luxury inside of it. The car is just sweet. It's a baby girl. Right? I love the car so much. The day I was leaving her shop, she said, nothing good can come out of you. You will go and you will come back. Ladies and gentlemen, the same person that they asked, can anything good come out of this one? At the age of 20, I bought my dream car for myself. I did not need anybody to come and buy it for me. No sugar daddy, no sugar mommy. Fully paid for in cash. Fully paid for in cash. I'm coming. I need to show you this. Let me just share my slide quickly. so that you can understand what I'm talking about. I need some of you to fill it up. I'm already done, okay? Fully paid for in cash, and it was exciting. It was amazing. It was a dream come true, okay? Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm connecting with my laptop right.
When it's on, let me know so I can make that one co-host.
Okay, just let me know when you can see my slide. Just let me know when you can see my slide. I'm sharing my screen quickly. Devin is a liar today. We've come and we have conquered, and that is all. Okay.
We can see the slide now.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Now, the same person that they were asking, can anything good come out of this one? See, let me tell you, there's no way that everyone is expecting you to fail. Even your family members are expecting you to fail. When my parents got separated, my father family told my father that, don't worry, me she carry the children, they go, no big girls. Wait till they go still come back and look for Una. Today they are the ones looking for us, right? I bought this car for myself and it was everything for me. It was just amazing. This guy is a baby girl. The day I cried, after we paid for the car, I was just crying. I could not stop crying. I was crying, and Pastor was like, Dominion, what is it? I'm like, sir, you don't understand. Mr. Sam is like, Dominion, behave yourself. I'm like, sir, you will not understand. They asked me, can anything good come out of you? And I was able to, I did not just break the yoke. I bought a car that is even bigger than the one that Madam Buki was driving. Right, a higher model of the same car. I took the car to the house for my mother to see the car and bless the car. She was overwhelmed. She called out all her neighbors. She was just going from door to door. She was knocking on their gate. Make una come see her. She was just excited. It was everything for her at the age of 20. Of course, if you know the car, you know that it runs into 8.
Ability myself, can you feel it too? Don't know why, but I keep missing you. All the time I wanna be with you. Girl, I'm trying to figure out what I mean to you. She said this feeling is more than love. But you want a lot of love. You're a baby, mine.
Alright, amazing. Now, quickly, as I begin to close, I just want to share 2 things that really helped me. Number 1, commit your business to God. Ambassador Ronke said something the other day that, I mean, it's as if she took it out from my mouth, because God is your leverage. Some of you don't know this. God is your leverage. When you are putting out the work and you're putting on the grind and you have God by your side, there is nothing that will stop you. It's not even possible. Even if your village people are against you, you will still get results, okay? Then mentors. I am a product of mentorship. I don't even know how to explain this to you. If you think of where I'm coming from, you will not even associate this kind of success to a person like me. But because of the kind of mentors that God has associated with me with, it has just been a story of success from one level of success to the other level of success. Okay, we have the best mentors in the whole wide world. The Bonavida has it's an opportunity where any person, irrespective of who you are, can get results. Then upgrade. I'm going to say this quickly. January last year, I started out the year, my goal was to make 1 million naira. I went all out. In case you don't know me, I will make sure that I work my best, I do my best. I always work hard, okay? I know where I'm coming from, I cannot be lazy. I went all out, 1 million naira. At the end of the month, I did not even make up to 300k. It was crazy. I'm like, Jesus, what is this? February, I went all out again, 1 million naira. Did everything. I still did not make up to 500k. January, February, March, April, May, June. In fact, June, I got tired. I'm like, what is it, Seth? June, I think I went all out. I went crazy. I almost ran mad, and I did 500k. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe July will hit it. July came, and I did not even hit up to 500k again. I went to my mentor. I was so angry. I'm like, sir, I don't even understand. I've been doing this thing over and over again. What is the problem? Then he now called me and said, Dominion, how many accounts do you have? I said, I have 6 accounts. It's like, okay, no problem. So the first thing you would do is to upgrade it. Upgrade to 15. 15 was the maximum then. And I said, I should just upgrade. He said, upgrade and go again, because the numbers of code I was generating were actually enough to help me hit that goal. But because my accounts were, not the maximum, the result I was getting was the minimum while I was putting maximum effort. Those of you that are here, you have less than 23 accounts, you have less than 31 accounts, start to upgrade today. If you are saying you don't have the money to upgrade, I want to tell you now, take my watch to the bank, go and borrow the level of seriousness that will come upon you, people, right? Trainings. I don't even know how to joke with trainings, because trainings will change your life. There is no time you come for a training and you don't right? Okay, so if that don't log into training early, please, this should be your warning. Okay, log into training, then team activity. I don't have to be the person that will initiate the program. I don't even need to do any game plan in my team or anything. But when my leaders have a challenge that is on, I will promote it. I will promote it to the last. I will make sure that every single human being in my team, even the person that will come to the office for 1 year, I will call you and tell you to come and pay and join the challenge, because everybody has to be on board. You have to promote team activities. If you don't promote activities that go on in your team, maybe you are even doing the activities. It's not like you are not doing the activity, but you don't have teammates doing it as well. You're not going to get maximum results, right? Imagine if you want to qualify for a trip now and you have like 10 of your teammates, 15 of your teammates qualifying as well, and all of you even go. In fact, your business can never remain the same. Okay, massive activity equals massive result. This is the formula that, and in fact, anybody who uses it know that it works. If you want to get massive results, go all out, put in massive activity. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Then finally, before I leave, for those of you that are here listening to me, I want to give you just, even this is my favorite quote, so just take this as, you know, the goodbye message from this morning from me. We were all born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not in some of us, it is in every single one of us. Now, by letting your own light shine, you unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As you emerge today and cause generations to emerge into their greatness, as you emerge today, you also cause generations to emerge into their greatness. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Dominion Ladi, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for this opportunity. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you at the top.
Wow, that was amazing. That was so amazing. This is like the third time I'm hearing this story, but it's still, I have my tissue. I nearly cried when she spoke about that woman that told her she will never amount to anything. It's oh my God, God is amazing. Congrats, Dominion. Well done. We're so proud of you. And you said something. You said, oh, some people say it's just 2-bedroom apartment. It is not just a 2-bedroom apartment. That 2-bedroom apartment is some people's next level. That 2-bedroom apartment is everything. Don't let any good human being tell you that thing is small. That is massive. Some people have worked for 10, 20, 30 years. They've not been able to build 2-bedroom for their parents. So please, when you say that 2-bedroom, say it with your full chest. You don't even have to tell us that something bigger will come. We know something bigger will come, but as that 2-bedroom is massive. I wanted to just correct that, because I know that sometimes we have a way of making big things look like small things. That was awesome. Wow. Guys, put more fire in the comment section. Thank you.